friends, Coach Bob with you, and welcome to another Worship on Wheels. Yes, another week has gone by, and our lives continue to change, don't they? You know, whether it's, just growing older, or injuries, or friendships, and all the things that develop. It's just always very interesting to me how things change. Well, the Bible verse this week is out of the book of Proverbs, and it talks about being affected by dishonest people or whisperers. So, without further ado, let's read that beautiful Bible verse. Anyway, Proverbs 16:28 says, "A dishonest man spreads strife, and a whisperer separates close friends." So have you ever had that friend, that, here's the term, you probably have heard this in your life, a frenemy. Yeah, the frenemy, man. The frenemy is the worst adversary known to humankind, because it's the person that you think is your friend, but really behaves more like an enemy. But they're prone to say things bad about you behind your back. They're prone to whisper and behave like a friend in your presence. Those kinds of friends can get you in a lot of trouble. And here's what I mean by that. The Bible also says that bad company corrupts. It does. And so we have to be careful about who we spend a lot of time with. I believe that it was Mark Twain that said, show me your friends and I'll show you you. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But all you have to do is look at a person's friends to see who they are. So you have to be very careful, because those friends do represent you. They represent what you are and what you stand for. And if you get the wrong person in that inner circle, they can do a lot of damage. What if you shared a dark secret with someone, something that might have happened in your life 30 years ago, and you needed to get it off your chest? It wasn't something that was going to, land you in jail or, cost you your marriage. It wasn't like that. But, it's just something that might have been embarrassing. And then all of a sudden, you share it with a person, and the next thing you know, everybody knows your business, and they know what's going on. And there it is, right? I had a friend here recently that happened to, and he came to me and he goes, "I don't know what to do. I am so embarrassed." And I looked at him and I said, "Look, man, what happened? You were in high school." You were in high school, man. And it doesn't matter. Although I know it's embarrassing, it hurts you more than it does anyone else. And I think that the real problem was the person who had repeated this little secret. Well, he thought he could trust them, and he shared something very, very personal with them, and they just went out and told about a half a dozen people. "Hey man, this guy, he ain't all he says he is. He did this. He ain't all he says he is. He did that." And they don't act like, and they, put everything out of context, right? It's, just that little whisper. It plants the seed of doubt, so that folks begin to question your character, question your morality, question what you are, all over some silly, the loose lips, the little whisper did all that damage. Turn it around here. But the frenemy can get very close to you, and they can hear all of the little secrets in your life. They can hear you. Do you ever speak out of turn? Do you ever say anything you just wish you wouldn't have said, and you're looking around and you're going, "Man, thank goodness nobody heard it," or if somebody heard it, that it was somebody that you can trust, because you just shouldn't have said it? We all do it, by the way. And those of us who want to say, "No, I don't ever do that," well, you're probably lying to yourself. Because everyone I've ever known, so you're the freak. If you're the one not doing it, you are definitely the freak, because the rest of us do it. I just want you to know that. And you know, to have the wrong person in that room could be very damaging, because it may even be something that wasn't even meant in an ugly way. It might have just been a joke, where you do that coarse joking with your friends, and all of a sudden, you know, it's you know, Coach Bob, this is what he believes, and he said this and he said that, and then all of a sudden, man, you're like, you're man, that guy dug a hole for you and put you right in there. So what do you do when you have a frenemy? What do you do with that person? How do you deal with them? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of solutions here. And they're not complex. This is not complex at all. The first thing you need to do is understand what you're dealing with. And what that means is, if you know who the frenemy is, then you always guard yourself when you're around them, because you know they are out to sink you. They are. They're out to make themselves look good at your expense. I will tell you that if you have a frenemy who has repeated something that you said in confidence, the first thing you need to do is go to that person and go, hey man, you said this, and they're probably going to justify it, well, yes, but it's true. To which you can't argue, because, you know, unless it was a lie. But if it is true, then you can say, yes, but it was said in confidence. And therefore, I thought you were a trustworthy friend, and you are not. And don't be argumentative or belittling about it. Simply let the person know, I thought you were trustworthy, and you're not trustworthy. And you will be amazed at how deeply hurt people are when you simply tell them something like that. Now, there are those friends who go, well, I'm just going to tell you you're not trustworthy simply so I can mess with you or hurt you. There again, that's that frenemy again. But when you're defending yourself and you're not fighting with the person, you're going, hey, you know, please, when I say something in confidence in the future, if you happen to be in earshot of it, please don't repeat it. I need to be able to trust my friends. You know, and then their chances are they're going to apologize and say, hey, you know, I was out of line, I shouldn't have said that, you know, that sort of thing. And when they do that, accept their apology, and then the next time that you are in their presence, do not repeat anything. Do not say anything that you don't want repeated. Because you know what's going on, and you know that they're not trustworthy. You know it. So why in the world would you risk it again? You know, we should never cast our pearl before swine lest they turn and tear us to pieces. You can't share things with everyone. You can't share deep, dark learning moments. I can't go to everyone with everything I've ever been through and go, hey, let me tell you what I went through so that I can help you through your scenario. If you know that person is simply going to take that information and try to distort it to tear me to pieces. So choose your friends wisely. Choose them wisely. Your friends should be beacons. They should be lights on a hill. They should lift you up, pray for you, be there in your darkest hour to lighten the room and the load. That's what they should do. And if they're not doing that, you need to pick new friends. Now, this is not anything that you don't know. Obviously, this stuff is pretty common sense. But I think oftentimes we compromise with who we hang out with due to convenience or common ground, right? Well, I got this in common with that person, and so I'm going to hang out with them. You have to be very careful. Be very, very careful. Because as a good friend of mine learned this week, he had someone turn and tear him to pieces. It was really sad, over nothing, over silliness. And again, it wasn't a big deal, but it was a big deal to him because the trust was violated and the friendship was tarnished. Well, know this, you, yes you, you are loved and so am I, and that is really good news. Now do me a favor, go out and change the world. I'll see you on the road real soon.